the worst thing I've ever experienced, but if you put in the effort, there's nothing to worry about. That did not really last. Pretty sure I've had like every single thing a college student could get. Hey guys, it's me Jules and I'm here with another video, and today I'm going to be giving college advice for incoming freshmen. This is like advice I wish I knew, or advice like I learned throughout my year. If you didn't know, I go to school at Penn State University main campus and I loved my freshman year. So much fun. With that being said though, I learned a lot. Mommy, sorry. A lot about myself, about other people, my career, so much, and so I thought I would share some advice for anyone going into college. I have a lot of friends going into their freshman year and they are looking forward towards this video. It's just a way for me to wrap up all of the things, maybe not all, but a lot of the things I learned. I may look busted, I just got out of work. I'm a little tired, a little I have it all in my notes app. Not everything's like in order. Wherever you are in life, just know your worth. It's so important because you got to know what you deserve in life. You deserve the most. Keep your standards high. I'm not saying like know that people shouldn't walk over you. I've seen it happen. People have done it to me, all that kind of stuff. So I know I deserve better, so I don't let people treat me like shit. Also, this comes with like, I guess like a career standpoint. I had like the worst imposter syndrome going into college, and even then like it still hits me every once in a while, but I felt like I was not ready for college, not because I didn't feel like I was independent or I couldn't take care of myself, but because I really like know what I wanted to go into. Throughout college I was able to like build up the confidence and like fully see, and like things I got involved with, that has helped me like understand that like, oh, I actually can do this stuff. I can see myself thrive, and it's also just how much work you put into it. Next advice tip thing, join the college group chats. This also works for like high school seniors going into like college apps. Kind of knew like the top 3 schools I was thinking of, and I joined a couple group chats. Also keep in mind, not every group chat is going to base off your experience at school. Some of them are just super dry and nothing really happens other than people like following each other on Instagram and streaks. I don't think my college experience would have been the same if it wasn't for the fact that I joined a couple group chats and I met a couple friends.
I like also want to say it also made the adjustment going into college easier when it came to like the more technical stuff. If we had any questions about like things we needed to submit or how to buy football tickets, like whatever it is, like we all kind of helped each other collectively. Because we were all going to the same school for the most part.
I have become so close with a lot of those people in those group chats. To this day, like I still talk to these people. I found out a couple of them live by me. It's really nice going into college with some friends. It makes it a lot easier. It makes it feel less like foreign, I guess, and you're going into it kind of as a group. Yeah, I'm also rooming with one of the girls from the group chat and I'm so excited. Shout out to my friends. Yeah, so thankful for y'all. Next step, be open to people and new experiences. There's so many ways to do this. It's out of your comfort zone, that's for sure, but it will help you meet people. You might find an activity that you actually love. Being able to say yes, especially in the beginning of the year when it's like, oh, like there's this free event going on, let's go. Yeah, you might have like a dorm group chat for your like floor and like someone's like, oh, like we're doing this, does anyone want to come along? Say yes. I actually applied for an internship my fall semester and I was a little iffy about it. A lot of first semester freshmen don't really apply for internships as much. It's not that it doesn't happen, but it's just not as common, and so I was a little nervous, but it ended up being one of my favorite experiences of my fall semester. I was able to meet amazing people. They were all older than me, but they gave me such great advice for the next 4 years, or next 3 years, my bad. I was opened up to another world outside of my school, which is nice, and just a little like glimpse of what my major can bring me. And like opportunities like that. I'm so grateful for that. I'm so happy I did end up taking the internship. I think everyone says this, but your friends do not stay the same. A lot of the time, the people you become friends with in the beginning of the year may not end up being like your ultimate friend group. A lot of the friends that I went into college with, I mean, I was talking to for months, so we already had like a strong bond, but then there were some people that like I met the first couple weeks or like started getting closer with in the first couple weeks, but that did not really last. No hate, all love. It's just that people may not be compatible, and that's completely fine. That's normal. Especially, you know, going to a big school, like there's always going to be someone else that will fit your vibe. I'm not saying don't try to maintain those friendships, but just be aware that sometimes friend groups may change, and some people may show their true colors after a while, and it may not fit your vibe, and that's totally fine. Just remember that you go to a new school with a bunch of new people. There are bound to be other people that have the same interests as you, same vibe as you, all that. I'm grateful to say that I have kept a lot of my friends from the first week of college, but a lot of other people have fallen out, unfortunately. Just putting it out there. Oh, my Be Real went out, actually. Hold on. Next tip, this is also just something like life in general, but be yourself. This also goes with knowing your worth, and it all kind of intertwines, honestly. You want the best people to be around you that appreciate you for who you are, not because you have to act a certain way in order for them to like you. Oh my god, why are there so many goddamn people? But as I was saying, you want the best people to be around you. You want people to make you feel comfortable, feel appreciated. It's college. Popularity doesn't even matter. There's so many people that, like, why should I? There's no point of keeping up. Like, there's so many people. And the people that are most compatible with you will find you. Everything happens for a reason. Next tip is to know how to communicate, and this goes for so many things. Your roommate, your professors, your friends, and family. Know how to communicate with your roommate. It's super, super important. If there are like some disagreements and stuff, or if something's bothering another person, just be cordial of the other person. Just respect the other person. Like, it's not just your room, it's also theirs. So if there's something bothering them, or if you think something may be bothering them, try to talk it out. It can handle your issues better than just fighting it out. But talk it out or communicate. Just communicate. Talk to your professors. Most of the time they want to help you. They want to see you succeed. They're not trying to fail you at all. If they are, you have a terrible professor. I am so sorry. But there were times where I had to be absent because I was either sick or I had to go home for something. I would just reach out and be like, hey, like, unfortunately I won't be in class. Is there any way that I can get like the material for the week? Just communicate. They're gonna try their best to accommodate to your needs.
If you're gonna email your professor about being absent, or if you need to like take a test another day, do it in advance. Don't do it after the test day or after an assignment is due. Like, that just looks so unprofessional. They'd rather know ahead of time rather than later, and it looks more like it's real rather than you just trying to like cover up that you just couldn't wake up for class. There was a time where I had to email my professor because I was so sick. I was trying to get better for an exam, but unfortunately I just wasn't feeling my best, and like my fever was so high I couldn't do anything. I emailed the professor a couple hours before the exam started, and he let me take the test a week later. So I'm just saying, communicate. I didn't mention this, but if you don't know already, learn email etiquette. It is not really that hard, to be honest. It's just being respectful. When you're emailing your professor, it's not like you're texting your best friend. So keep it professional and respectful. There's a lot of tutorials online. Yeah.
Also, rate my professor. I don't think I added that on here, but yeah. If you're dorming on campus and you're gonna be far from like your home, try to call your parents or your brothers and sisters. Try to make an effort, either schedule it in the week with your family.
Sometimes I would just call my mom or my dad like on my way to class. I just kind of update them on what's going on, let them know, even if it's like for 10 minutes. It makes my walk go by a lot faster, which is so nice, but also they want to hear from you, so reach out.
I have my little brother, and he missed me so much, especially since he was pretty much like an only child at home. We would try to FaceTime as much as possible, just so I can keep up with his life, he can keep up with mine. Also, that goes along with like hometown friends too. It is hard to like keep up with those like relationships, but if you put in the effort, there's nothing to worry about. Find ways to get involved on campus, whether that's joining a club, doing sorority, fraternity, Greek life. A lot of the time they can also help you like set up your future, or you can just grow your network. Get involved. It's a great way to learn more about your school, and also just meeting people and finding something you love. You may not love every single club you join, but at least you know if you liked it or not, rather than not doing it at all. Also, a lot of these clubs, if you end up sticking with it and growing into like leadership positions, they can be great additions to your resume. So they still help build your future too. So there's no harm in trying. Just finding a good study spot, I think that's also pretty generic, but it does help make or break like your year academically. I really liked utilizing the study rooms and the dorm. The library is also a great option, and I was productive there a couple times. However, I get very uncomfortable in very, very quiet public places. And second of all, it was quite the trek. It really wasn't that bad of a walk, but I just didn't feel like walking. So that was me. I'm just lazy, but you know, the library is also a great option. At Penn State, a lot of people like studying at the hub, which is also another area I like to go to, especially in between classes, to do homework, study. I was really, really productive there, even though it was not like loud, but there was still like chatter going on, but it didn't feel like uncomfortable for me personally.
I just like couldn't form my words while filming, but the chatter and like people's like conversations and like it all meshing together was kind of like good background sounds for me, at least. Like it wasn't distracting at all.
Just find a spot that like works for you. Also, empty classrooms work. I haven't tried that out yet, but I feel like those are great, especially if you're like doing like a group study session. Then it's like a bigger spot. There's like usually whiteboards. Utilize the perks and resources that your school provides you for free. So many like student subscriptions, like I know Amazon Prime is like 50% off, I think, or like $6, I could be wrong, or like Spotify Premium. I know Apple Music. Oh, DoorDash, $5 student dash pass, and trust me, I am using that shit all the time. I wouldn't always eat at the Commons or like dining hall, so I would be door dashing a lot. So try to find ways to like save money like that.
Another thing I learned, and I don't know what your school does, but at Penn State you just kind of have like a meal plan, and it's a certain amount of money, and you spend it at like the dining halls, at restaurants, at the hub, or like in the little market grocery store. That money ain't free money, girl. Know how to save it. Know what you're spending it on. Don't waste it. It's not free money. A lot of people I knew ran out of their meal plan money within a couple weeks, within a month, when there's like 4 months in a semester, and they were literally finding scraps to feed themselves. Save your meal plan. Just know how to budget it.
Also, my school provides like other subscriptions for like Adobe. Penn State has like a media center where you can rent out equipment. Sorry, there's like people. Where you can rent out equipment for free, and it's like really good like technology, really good like camera equipment, all that kind of stuff. It just makes it easier as a student. There's just so many ways to save money that your school helps you out with. Also, there's like a free gym, so I know a lot of my friends went there. Why pay when you can go to a really nice facility for free?
Utilize the fact that you're a student, because you can get so many student discounts. Sorry, that was really aggressive. But I use certain apps to help me get like coupon codes, because like I'm a student. All you have to do is literally verify it with like your student email. But I use Student Beans and Unidays. I usually find a lot of coupon codes through them.
I know my school has like career planning advisors, so those are great to utilize. Also like internship connections. I know College of Calm, Belisario, they like send out internship opportunities every single time they get something from like a company. That's how I found out about my internship. Know a balance. This is crucial. I mean, I knew it, but like I really didn't take it seriously my spring semester. Okay, you're going to college not for the partying, but for the degree. If you're not going for the degree, why are you going to college? Why are you paying all this money? The parties are fun and all, don't get me wrong. Penn State's a party school. I know how it goes. But it is so important to keep a balance and prioritizing your schoolwork, because I mean, that's the whole reason why you're at school, right? Keep a work hard, play hard mentality. You can have fun. As I said, say yes, but also know when to say no. It's important to know your limit. So that goes for partying or studying too much where you're like literally going to cry. If someone like offers some sort of substance that you're not really comfortable with, like know how to say no. You know what's best for you. Know how to balance your social life and your academic. I mean, sometimes I would even let my social life motivate me to work hard with my academics. There'd be times where my friends are like, oh, let's go to Target today, but I would have like 3 assignments. I would grind hard with those 3 assignments so I could go to Target, but I also make sure that it's like good quality work. If you don't feel like going out, don't go out. If you feel like you're overworking yourself, take a break. Become friends with upperclassmen. Trust me, it like helps your year. As I said earlier, with my internship, I was the only freshman out of juniors and seniors, which was intimidating at first, but they were so friendly, so kind, and all of them like gave me really good advice. Also with like upperclassmen, usually they have their cars, so I mean, if you need a car or need a ride or something, you know, for like certain supplies you may need, certain connections you may need, you know, upperclassmen may help. If you're getting what I'm putting down, they can be very resourceful, very friendly, and basically like your mom and dad on campus. Next thing, stay organized, both physically, mentally. Keep a clean space for your dorm. Usually your dorm is like one of the very few places to hang out with your friends. I know I had a lot of friends come in and out. I like to keep a clean space when it comes to like people coming over. It just makes it less hectic. When it comes to like work, schoolwork, try to stay organized. All of your school supplies, your schedule, just it will help you out in the end. A lot of my friends told me to say this, but skipping class is a getaway drug. It really is, and I take that from experience. If you stop going to class a couple times, you may not be going to that class anymore by the end of the semester. Keep the habit of going to class. It may be hard, especially when it gets colder or if you're not feeling well. The more you skip classes, the more you're probably just like not gonna go. You're paying for these classes that you're not even attending. Next one, set boundaries with your roommate. That should be like one of the first conversations you have, especially when it comes to like finding a roommate. I think that's super important. Finding people that have a similar schedule usually helps. That way it's not like you're waking up earlier than the other and like the other way around. You know, it is a shared space and you should respect each other because you know, you're both living there together. This is important too. I'm also gonna do like the things you need to have in college, not just like for your dorm, but like just necessities. But have medicine. Take it from me. I'm pretty sure I've had like every single thing a college student could get. I had COVID, I had frat flu, I had a cough for like months. So have medicine, take care of yourself. I had frat flu. I thought it was COVID. It's the worst thing I've ever experienced. It felt like COVID, but it wasn't COVID. I took 3 tests. I took 2 rapid tests and a PCR, and they all came out negative for COVID, but it still felt like COVID. I also had a really bad cough. I don't know why, I don't know how it started, but you know, things just get passed around, especially in those dorms, and like, you know, lower immune system from certain substances. So try to take care of yourself, have medicine on hand, do the free events that your school provides. I know the dorms would always do like fun events. We've done like Mario Kart in the common area, or like karaoke, or they would even get like bouncy castles. Like, it was so much fun. Do these free events, they are free. I know during welcome week they had the ice skating rink open, which I kind of hope they have it again because it was so much fun. A really great opportunity to bond with a lot of new people, a lot of new friends. This is something that you're also gonna need in college, but get a door stopper. I wish I got one before I moved into college because I feel like it would have made it more welcoming, but my friends all had it. When it comes to welcome week and you want to like meet new people, a lot of people end up going through the dorms and like knocking on doors and being like, hey, like I'm this person, like nice to meet you, I live in this floor. A lot of the doors also like automatically lock when you like close the door and stuff, and so a lot of people would use the door stopper so they wouldn't have to use their key every time. I highly recommend it. Just makes it a lot easier so you don't have to like pull out your key. I'll link the one I have down below because I like it better than other like door stoppers I've used. I think it's a really good one because it works with heavy doors and stuff. It's just like one of those things you don't know that you need. Another tip is to walk around campus with friends before classes start because it helps you get a feel of the campus. It also helps you bond with people. I wish I knew this for one of my classes because I had no idea where the building was and I was late, and it was the most awkward thing ever. I know some people are like, you can just free for all do it. No, just go. Don't plan it out. It's a great way to bond with friends. You could also even like do it with like your floor mates and be like, hey, like I'm planning out my route for class, you want to join? Like, you can make it fun. You can hot girl walk it, okay? Keep yourself busy, but with that being said, also know when to give yourself a break because sometimes you may overwork yourself and it gets stressful and tiring. It's so easy to just sit in your dorm and do nothing. The first hour or two when my parents left during move-in day, I was so bored and I had no idea what to do. So get out of your dorm. I noticed a huge difference in myself from spring semester to fall. Spring semester I had less classes and they were also less intense and I wasn't as busy, and so I was constantly bored or just burnt out from doing nothing. Compared to the fall semester, I had a schedule to keep up because I had a certain person picking me up to go to the studio for my internship. On top of that, like, I just kept a strict schedule and I felt like I was more productive and like really making my time like worth it and stuff.
My classes weren't necessarily difficult during fall semester, but I had to put more effort into them, and I think that's also really good. It's important to take classes that you're actually interested in, not just classes that are easy. I think that also helps reduce burnout.
Try to keep yourself busy. It helps. Try not to be in your room alone all the time. I mean, don't get me wrong, I really did appreciate the times I had this space to myself. Like, sharing a room, it's nice and all to like have someone there, but it's also nice to have your own space. Also, if you're gonna be in your room alone all the time, it kind of gets a little depressing.
I noticed this big trend that a lot of people that transferred out of Penn State were people that stuck themselves in their room. So many people just didn't take the opportunities to join clubs, go out, hang out with friends. They would just be in the room the whole time, and they didn't end up enjoying the experience and not making their time at college like worth their while. So I highly recommend leaving your dorm because it makes it less boring.
It prevents you from getting involved at school. There would be times where I was so bored of just being by myself, and so I just texted my friend, I'm like, hey, are you free? And they're like, yeah, and so I'd go over to their dorm. Know how to be okay with being alone. I know I just said try not to be alone in your room, but try not to feel lonely when you're by yourself. I know there are some people that like are uncomfortable with like walking to class by themselves.
Okay, I'm editing right now and I just worded that terribly. It's important to get comfortable with the idea of being alone and having a lot of downtime for yourself. A lot of the times your schedules may not line up with your friends and you may have to get lunch by yourself or go run errands by yourself, etc. It's also rewarding knowing that you can do stuff on your own. It's nice to know that you don't have to rely on others for happiness. Like, you can just do things for yourself. It really is rewarding. There would be times where I had to go all the way downtown on the bus by myself because none of my friends were available, or I would have to grab lunch. One of the first times I ate at the dining hall was by myself in between classes. It is very common for a lot of people. It's more common than you think, so don't feel uncomfortable about that idea. In fact, try to embrace it. You don't get a lot of alone time in college too, so it's really nice to have this time for yourself. I like to think of it like a self-care, a little treat yourself date. My friend Catherine worded this really well, but even if you're just sitting in public alone, it's better to be seeing people than to just be sitting with yourself, like alone in your dorm and stuff. And so I highly recommend getting comfortable with that idea. It'll get you farther in life too. I think it's a great, I don't know if I would call it a skill, but I guess skill to have.
If you can do anything by yourself, you're able to get anything done, pretty much. You know, I think that really helped me with my transition into college. Last tip, make the most out of your college experience. Only 4 years, and I know a lot of people say it's the best 4 years of your life. But yeah, follow these tips and you're probably gonna have a really good freshman year. I'm excited for you, wherever you're going. Good luck. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.